Hi there. This is video number 2 for map assignment number 5 for New England School of Communications live sound students. Diving into the assignment here, let's add some front fill speakers. We're going to add 4 of them, but initially just 2. So let's do this first one here. We're going to add, insert loudspeaker system. And it's not going to be a giant line array like that. It's just going to be an individual loudspeaker. And the details here are all in the instructions. We're going to want to name it FF out house left. That's front fill out house left. There's an out front fill and an in front fill. So front fill out house left. I do them all capitalized for speakers. And we're going to, I think we need to make a layer first, don't we? I forgot that. So let's make a new layer. I'm going to cancel what I just did. I'm going to copy front fill's house left here. And let's cancel that. And let's make a layer. Add new layer. We'll call this front fill house left. And since that layer is active, I've selected it. Now I want to go up to insert loudspeaker system, and we want to put the correct name here, front fill out house left. So FF out house left. And this will automatically put it in our current layer, the one that's selected. So that's kind of cool. I want to get the details here correct. This has to be very correct. We want it to be an Ultra X20 XP 50 by 110. So Ultra XP 20. So find that, 42 XP. I think it's further down. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time here. Find it. Ultra XP 20. Yep, it's further up than I was. 50 by 110. Is that correct? That one. Ultra XP X20 XP 50 by 110. So that is, I lost it. I was hoping you would still have that, so I got to find it again. That was silly. There it is. Ultra X20 XP 50 by 110. And we'll get back and deal with the loudspeaker channels another day. Actually, you can, you are going to eventually put the inner on channel 9, so you can do that now if you want, of the loudspeaker processor. The timing, that's channel 10 for the out. I'm doing the out first here. Okay, so it's channel 10. Channel 10 is on the out. And the reference point, this is all really important, 8.25 for your X, 8.25. The Y is going to be minus 20.5 feet. And your Z is 0.3, not very high, like 4 inches or something up. And then rotation, these got to be perfect. It's rotating by 90 degrees. That's really important. And it's going to be angled by minus 17 degrees on the Z-axis. So let's just double check. Did we forget anything? On this, we've got our angles all correct, our position. Our angles are all correct. Center line's on. Going to the front fill layer. It's an X20 XP 50 by 100. 50 by 110, excuse me, and we're going to channel 10. So that's good. Apply, and let's just make sure we put a front fill right there. If you look in top-down mode, which is View Preset 3, you can see it right there, and that's where it should be. And that's the first one. And just as a side note, like, why did I pick an X20 XP? X20 is a very small little loudspeaker. It's not much bigger than a bread loaf. A little less than a foot wide. I guess it's probably like a foot wide, so I guess it's a pretty big loaf of bread. But it says here that it's narrow horizontal but wide vertical. That's probably not what you want typically for a front fill. But since you're rotating it, putting it on its side, it ends up being wide horizontal by narrow vertical. So it actually works quite well for front fills. So that's why that particular loudspeaker is picked. Now, we're going to do exactly the same thing and put in the second loudspeaker. This is going to be the front fill in house left. So once again, go up to Insert, Loudspeaker System. It's going to still be on individual loudspeaker. It's going to go to the front fill house left layer, which is we want. It's still remembering at the same type of speaker, which is good. This time we're going to move the output channel to channel 9. That's going to be for the in front fill, and definitely our locations are changing here. 11.75 for the X. Our Y is going to be -7 feet. The z-axis is exactly the same height. It's sitting on the lip of the stage. The x rotation is still 90 degrees. Y is the same, and our z is -7 for our rotational angle. Double checking. Is there anything wrong here? House left still, individual loudspeaker. Oh, we didn't get the name. That's really important. Front fill in, house left. Front fill in, house left. And there you go. I think I got it all. And hit apply. Put it in. And it is also in the same location. Now, if you messed up on one of those things, you can always click on one of the loudspeakers here, or you can, under loudspeaker system over here, you can select one of these and go to the object setting tab, and you can change all the things. In fact, I want the name to be front fill space out left. And so that's an edit I needed to make there. So you can always change these under the object settings once you select the item, the loudspeaker you want. All right. So I'm going to hit save here. I don't know if it tells me to. It doesn't tell me to. Oh, it wants me to make. I'm going to save anyway. I'll just do Command S there. We want to make a front fill house right layer. So that's the next thing on the step. So let's do that. In fact, I can just copy the name of it here, so I don't have to type it. So add, and that new layer, I'm going to double click, and there's my layer. And it is selected right now, I think. There we go. Nope, there it is. It's selected. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mirror one of these at a time. I find that mirroring multiple objects at once gets kind of buggy in MAPP. So I'm going to select that inner front fill there, and this is the mirror tool there, and we want to mirror along the y-axis. And boom, it's right there. So cool, we're making our third, and for our fourth one, our out front fill, we're also going to mirror that along the y-axis. Now, they're probably on the wrong layer. We want to double check to make sure they're on the right layer. So I'm going to select the inner one and go up to Object Settings and move that to Front Fills House Right. And that one doesn't have its name either. I want to just check my memory. That should be Front Fill In House Right. And I'm checking oops, I didn't mean to open that app. Double check that Front Fill In House Right. So we're going to have to, it didn't name that, didn't mention that in the instructions. So front fill in house right. And cool, this other one, who is the out one, we want to name that front fill out house right. And this one needs to go to the front fills house right layer. So now we got these two buggers here. And you've got 4 front fills, but you can easily hide one pair if you want. One set of, oops, something's still wrong there. The right one did not, I know I told it to do this, but it did not actually stick, which is the way things go in this software sometimes. Got to do things a couple times. So now I should be able to hide that whole, here, yes, you can hide the whole pair or bring the pair back. So that's pretty cool. Great time to save. The instructions are also saying to go off to the processor setting tab, and let's name our 2 processor channels. So go to processor settings here. And processor channel 9 is front fills inner, and processor channel 10 is front fill outer. Cool. Pretty easy. Oh, here it is where I name the front fill layers and the names and all that. So that's good. All that we went through just a moment ago. So it is a little out of order from the instructions. Sue me. I'm sorry. But that's good. And then it says save. So I would, again, save as a new version. So File, Save Project As. And I'm going to save this as version 2 here, so if I've got a mistake, I can come back to it. And so we've basically set up everything. And let's stop here. We'll have a new video after this, okay? Goodbye.